Hi, welcome to the service after the service. This morning at worship I told that old joke about the cab driver who died and went to heaven. St. Peter reviewed his life and said, "Come on in, grab that silk robe and gold staff." There was a preacher behind him in line and he was watching all this with interest. When he came up to St. Peter, his life was reviewed and St. Peter said, "Come on in, grab that cotton robe and wooden staff." Pastor was a bit surprised and said, "How come I'm not treated as well as that cab driver?" Peter explained, "Well, frankly, around here we go by results. And when you preached, people slept. But when that cab driver drove, people prayed." It often seems that when we talk about heaven in jokes, heaven is always portrayed as a gated community. Is that the way it is? We looked at the scripture today from John chapter 14 where John remembers Jesus saying, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." What does that mean, no one comes to the Father except through me? Some people look at it in a very exclusive way, and sort of like if somebody wants to come see me, they have to go through my secretary first. You got to get by Roxy. Is that what Jesus means when he says no one comes to the Father except through me? We can't get to God except through Jesus? Or does it mean something that's much more inclusive than that? Is it really trying to get us to consider the grace of God that we know in Jesus? The grace of God that's revealed in so many ways, but most clearly in Jesus. I think about it in very down-to-earth terms. I had some friends whose 7-week-old baby died of an undetected heart defect. The little boy's name was Nathaniel, which means gift of God. Because he died before he was baptized, or because he died before he could profess his faith in Jesus, before he died before he could say the right words about Jesus and the right belief, does that mean he wasn't able to go to God? Does that mean he didn't go through Jesus? I tend to think that God's grace must be larger than that. And when Jesus said, "I'm the way, the truth, and the life," I believe that. And when he says, "No one comes to the Father but by me," that by me must certainly mean by the grace of God, which is the only way any of us make it to heaven. It's the only way any of us make it to God. I hope the grace of God is at work in your life this week, that you know it, that you receive it, that you live it. God bless you all.